All right, a heads up for all DG series sailplane operators. On December 11th, 2024, EASA put out a Proposed Airworthiness Directive number 25-186. Now, this is not just some bureaucratic paper pushing. It's a really critical update that deals with the flight controls on a whole range of these sailplanes. So, in this quick breakdown, we're going to get you up to speed on everything you need to know to stay safe and, of course, compliant. Okay, let's dive right in. First, we'll talk about the unsafe condition itself, what's actually going on here. Then, we'll pinpoint exactly which aircraft models are on the list. After that, we'll walk through what you have to do and by when, talk about how this might impact your operations, and then wrap it all up with a clear action plan for you and your team. Right, so let's get to the bottom of this. What's the core issue here? What's the big risk that got EASA's attention in the first place? So what kicked this whole thing off? Well, it was one specific report, one incident. The document says the ball in one of the control stick's pivoting bearings actually popped right out of its housing. Just think about that for a second. This allowed the entire control stick to be lifted clean out of its connection point. We're talking a total separation of the control input. So, just to be absolutely clear, the part we're zeroing in on here is the control column pivoting bearing. It might be a small component, but as you can imagine, its job is absolutely essential. And here's why this is so important. If this condition isn't found and fixed, the stick could detach completely. The potential outcome? Well, it's a pilot's worst nightmare. Reduced, or even worse, a complete loss of control over the sailplane. This is the kind of thing we absolutely cannot ignore. Okay, so you're probably wondering, is my glider affected? Let's jump into the specifics of which models are covered by this directive. You're going to want to listen closely here. And listen, the list is pretty long. It covers a whole bunch of DG sailplanes and powered sailplanes. You can see it on the screen. We've got the DG 100, 200, 300, and 600 series, plus the powered DG 400 and 600M models. So go ahead, take a good look. If you operate any of these, this directive is for you. All right, now for the part everyone's waiting for. What do you actually have to do, and how long do you have to do it? This is your roadmap to compliance, so let's break it down. So, what's the timeline we're working with here? The number you need to burn into your brain is 50. 50 days. From the effective date of the final AD, you have just 50 days to get this one-time inspection done. Seriously, the clock is ticking on this one. The whole process boils down to 3 main steps. Pretty straightforward, really. Number 1, you've got to inspect each of those bearings. Number 2, if you find anything wrong, anything at all, you replace the parts. And number 3, and this is a big one, there's some additional work you have to do no matter what you find. And I really want to hammer this point home. If that inspection shows any discrepancy that's laid out in the technical note, that sailplane is grounded, period. The faulty part has to be replaced before its next flight. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, this is what makes this 80 a little different. It's not just about inspect and fix if broken. There's more to it. Whether your inspection finds a problem or not, you still have to do this additional work. We're talking about installing new bushes, a new securing plate with new lock nuts, and even some mods to the aileron control rod. Think of it as a fleet-wide upgrade to prevent this from happening again. And it should go without saying, but all this work, every single step, from the inspection to the mods, has to be done by the book. And the book in this case is the DG Aviation Technical Note DG SS 10, Issue 1.c. You have to follow it exactly. Okay, so we know what needs to be done. But what does this actually mean for your club or your business? Let's talk about the real-world operational impact you need to start planning for, like yesterday. When you boil it all down, there are 3 main things to think about. First, maintenance planning. With that tight 50-day window, this has to be your top priority. Second, potential downtime. This one's a bit of a wild card. If the inspection is clean, you're looking at minimal time on the ground. But if you find a problem, that glider is staying put until it's fixed. And that brings us to the third point. Parts. You need to get on the phone now and make sure you have the modification kits and any potential replacement parts in stock. The last thing you want is a grounded aircraft waiting for a part. All right, let's wrap this up. We've covered the problem, the planes, and the plan. Now let's put it all together into a simple checklist, your immediate call to action. So here's what you need to do starting right now. First, get your hands on pad 25-18 and the technical note and read them. I mean, really read them. Second, get that inspection booked into your maintenance schedule. Don't wait until day 49. Third, Check your inventory or order the parts you need for those mandatory modifications. And finally, get everyone on the same page. Your camo, your maintenance crew, your planners, they all need to be talking to each other to make this happen smoothly.
Now, what if you get into the technical note and you have questions? You're not sure about a procedure. The directive is super clear on this. For any technical questions, you go straight to the source. That's DG Aviation GmbH. Their email is right there. info@dg-aviation.de.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. This AD is not a maybe, it's a when. It's about a fundamental piece of your flight control system. So the question for you and your team isn't if you'll comply, but how ready you are. Is your compliance plan for PAD 25-1816 locked in and ready to go?